welcome to the House Beyond the Supernatural podcast, the podcast that goes beyond the supernatural. All music comes from verse 13, the Shadow Symphony in public domain. All printing from the podcast is provided by Rainbow Press of Omaha. More details about this podcast can be found on thehousebts.net. Tonight's cast includes Dr. Alec Baldwin, the genius and medical doctor who screams help, played by Arnie. Dr. Peter Corrigan, the parapsychologist, played by Nick.
The apparently suicidal one.
Cass, the psychic medium and astrophysicist, played by yours truly, Kirk. Zia, the physical psychic and fighting competitor, played by Shannon. And the host of the House of BTS, Steve, as the Game Master.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hey, hey, hey!
I love that delayed response. Pause for effect. All right.
Hi!
How's it hanging?
Well, the last time we had left off, we were ending in the middle of another fight scene. For a brief moment, it looks like we might have dealt with our vampire problem, but the group is now hearing what sounds like sounds of various hissings coming from outside of the window, and our suicidal parapsychologist, realizing he's seeing this creature the size of a bear coming at him. That looks like it was a creature made by a madman built of various animal parts and what have you. His response is he loads his shotgun and he's going to go gunning for bear. And that is where we left off. One other quick note to add, Zia, since this is you have not fought vampires before, so this would kind of be a new thing. And for the rest of the audience listening, when a vampire gets successfully staked through the heart, after they fall to the ground, moments later, their body kind of turns into kind of looks like almost like a shriveled up mummified skeleton when that takes place.
I was grinning at it the whole time.
And that's where we'll bring it back to, looks like Action 4, which Baldwin still has the initiative for.
Three.
I made a tick early than last episode. So Action 3.
All right, now, we have heard noises from the outside, hisses from the outside.
Yes, at least, sounds like at least a couple.
And what kind of noises are coming from the apartment?
Give me a perception roll.
I will do that.
I haven't, I'm curious what we'll get out of that.
I rolled a 1.
Rolling a 1, all's quiet in the apartment. Of 4A, anyway. 4B is a very different story.
I thought there was one apartment, or is there two?
There's always two apartments, one on each side. Apartment 4A, the door is closed. That's the one you would be standing next to. Over on the other end of the hallway.
that one I wasn't. I mean, where Nick is at. I wanted to know if it was if there was audible trouble.
Not only, well, you mean you would have heard the thud. I wouldn't require a perception roll in that case. So luckily, your one doesn't matter now.
I'm just trying to get a gauge of what Baldwin is sensing.
Well, actually, you can even see it. You hear the heavy footfalls of this creature. There's this monstrous creature the size of a bear is slowly kind of striding its way towards him, walking on its knuckles, kind of like a gorilla.
And I can see that in the apartment?
Because he's his eyeball has the flaming Eye of Mordor going on right now.
Eyeball singular?
Well, you know, it's his
helmet. His eyeball. I was going to take a called shot at the eyeball, but maybe singular eyeball, I'm going to take a called shot!
There's the beholder in here! Fire!
Get the beholder! We here at the House of BTS are not aware of a particular beholder, nor is there any trademarks to that, so we will not make any more references to it tonight.
Can you hold an action to aim?
You can. Yes,
because I'm going to aim, but I'm not aiming at anything.
That is you.
So I don't want to lose an action.
You that is actually you are encouraged to. As a matter of fact, in most cases with aiming, you have to take an action and fire on the next, so you can do it that way.
I'm going to keep my bead on the windows. That's what I'm doing on 3.
Keeping your bead on the windows. Fair enough. That'll bring it over to, let's see here. Looks like Cash, you are up next. You are now seeing the what the tentacles were attached to. It is a monstrous creature stalking its way towards Peter, whose response is prepping his shotgun to start firing at it.
All right, I'm gonna go help Peter.
Yeah, you are. How you gonna do this?
I'm gonna
Go charging in, waiting until it gets to you. What do you guys?
I'm gonna
thinking?
charge in.
Holy crap! I admire the bravery. But before you do that, now that you're seeing it up close and in person, since you're running at it, I need you to attempt a horror factor first to make sure your strength, your bravery doesn't leave you once you get a real eyeful and feel its aura.
That's a big bitch.
It has a horror factor of 15. You do not add in your spirit entity bonus here.
15.
Nice. Defenders win ties. So you can fearlessly come running at it. I'm going to let you get the first strike on it then.
16.
Going for main body, I'm assuming?
Yep.
It raises up an arm, trying to half-ass parry you're coming running at it with a crowbar. And, it was close, but you beat him by 1. It was a good roll, but not good enough.
Okay.
You'll be doing damage to both his main body and his hit points. What is your, you tell me which ones.
6 to his SDC.
6 to the SDC.
11 to his hit points.
Peter, this thing's stalking its way towards you
Pete.
before it got distracted by our kamikaze medium over here.
Lick his ass.
All right.
Let him know he's matched his meat.
Beat his meat.
Whoa.
Beat his meat!
I'm going to take a shot at him.
This episode took a strange turn.
Jesus Christ, it's 2.
Well,
You really licked his ass.
Zia and is with Baldwin at the window, so she wouldn't be involved in this right now. So this creature
I
has...
want to go to the big guy.
It'll take you an action to get to him.
I don't care.
Oh, no, so you know. You won't be stabby. No stabby this turn. But
I do
next.
not wait for action. I go to action.
Action, come to me.
You deal with hissing cats. I'll be right back.
Hissing cats. Well, since you're the one the most physically active in front of it right now, Cass, it wants a piece of you. Altogether, I rolled. Let's see. It tries to do like kind of this brushing swat with kind of a restrained swat at you, as it's obviously an overconfident creature. And fortunately, I did because it looks like an unnatural 20.
Oh, Jesus.
It was a good strike.
17.
You were close, but not enough.
All right.
Just a moment. You will take in SDC damage. It was a restricted swipe, so only 4. It was not a good swing.
Okay. So now I'm into hit points.
Good. Thank you for letting me know, because that does have an impact, so to speak. So that brings us to action 4. You gun trained out the window.
I left you and they're going to start attacking.
I know. It's not good.
It's not good. I got plans.
Give me a perception roll, please.
I will.
Excellent. I love that enthusiasm. Don't lose that confidence.
20.
That's
Not natural.
fantastic.
Unnatural 20.
Well, either way, that was more than enough. I'm going to treat this as a benefit of you, being as your eyes were trained on them versus all the thudding and tooling around with this guy. Your attention is brought to the door on the other side, which opens up. Apartment 4A, the door is opening. Oh, not like that. I mean, it's like it swings open quickly.
No, I was just going, oh.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
He quickly shits his pants. And then regroups and decides what he's going to do.
You took number 2 in the last apartment.
Are you going to
remember?
pay attention
I'll
to the doorway?
out-horror
Stay to the
factor
window?
you in a second. Well, I'm going to definitely want to pay attention to both.
God. Taking a look to the now opening door, you see the way looking at him, it looks like a junkie with long hair, long beard, long scraggly beard, unkept hair. Almost has an odor coming off his Seattle sweater, dirty jeans, and The guy, I mean, he has a look like his eyes are just completely mesmerized and almost having no, I mean, his eyes are just as wide as they can get. There are tears streaking down his eyes, and as he looks down at you, he simply replies, squeaks out, "I'm sorry." And he starts raising the gun that's in his hand towards you.
Awesome.
He's holding, he looks like he's holding a, kind of like a classic Beretta.
Is he hissing?
He is not.
Oh, great.
Tears rolling down his eyes, wide-eyed. There is nothing. There's not even a horror factor besides the fact a gun is being pointed at you now.
All right, well, I'll shoot him.
Let him have it.
Clean kill. He's pointing a gun. He's got a gun.
There you go.
Even in Nebraska, that's a good one.
That's a good clean kill.
What's your shot?
He takes out his 357.
You'll get to add in your regular strike.
I'm thinking I might make a cold shot.
Jesus.
Cold shot to the hand with the pistol. So
That's-
that'll be 3 attacks, so that'll take care of all my attacks.
That's
I'll
not
be
where I
done
thought
for
you
a
were
round.
going.
I'm looking for, let's see, for the hand, it is a 15 or higher with bonuses.
Louis.
I got 10 bonuses.
You got 10 bonuses.
A crit.
Oh,
Whoa!
nice.
I got a 30.
No big deal.
I got this. No big deal.
Give me some damage
I think
then.
I might have blew his hand clean off.
That's kind of what I'm
Probably.
thinking with a
His
critical.
arm? I don't know. Half his rib
No,
cage?
certainly his hand will likely go up in smoke, depending on how you roll this.
21 is my base damage.
And as a critical, that's a double. Which, oh yeah, his hand would probably be misted by as the bits and shrapnel and the gun he was holding all falls to the floor. He falls to his knees, screaming as he holds the bloody stump of his. Well, I guess it would be the right. He's a righty. So what used to be there, he'll fall to his knees, screaming
Not
out in
anymore.
absolute pain as the remaining bloody stump of his arm is being held. And being as what you're watching is as he's bleeding out like that, he is definitely not a vampire. Action 4 for
Does
you,
this
Cass.
gun have his handprints on it? It's got his whole goddamn hand on it.
I'm going
Never
to.
mind.
I'm going to strike at Big Bear Man again.
Let him have it.
18.
Oh, 18. I'm sorry. That's a good strike. And altogether, that was a piss poor roll. 8 altogether. So that's an easy hit, both to SDC and hit points. Keep them coming.
3 to his hit points.
Three
Or
to
3 to
hit.
his SDC. Sorry.
And how much to hit points?
9.
Very nice. Peter, action 4.
Try fire on him again.
Let him have it.
It's a 2 again.
Whoa.
I would say retire that die.
That die needs
I
to
would
go
bench
away.
that die.
That's a new die, too.
I would loan you my die, but it's not faring much better. But on the bright side, since it's a natural 2, and I'm sure it's not enough to get over the armor rating, at least you hit. It's not a miss, but will not. If that makes you feel any better, it's
That's
not
good, yeah.
not a complete miss, but it just hits the armor. Zia, you were coming running at a full bore. Spikes again. Stakes. 1 in each hand, coming running at it. Like the crazy Russian woman you are.
I want to use my last 20 ISP and do Desiccation Touch, which is instant.
Holy cripes. I love where your head's at. Let's do this.
5 times 10 for 50.
Well, all right, hold on to that, but first you got to connect with him. I need the 20-sided roll.
Thought it was instant.
Well, okay, the effect is instant, but you still got to touch him.
12 plus my strike.
Very inappropriately.
Yeah, you have to inappropriately touch him to do, 12 plus your strike.
18.
18. He is not, he has no idea what's in store for him, because he might have tried a little harder, obviously. Because, he is nowhere near the number you just rolled.
50.
God, well, that's just
Unless-
straight. That's 50 straight to SDC.
1d8 times 10 to evil beings and half damage to selfish or good. 1d8 times 10 damage to SDC first and then to hit points when used against most supernatural beings, including Predators, pranksters, lesser and greater demons.
You had him at Predator.
Okay.
50, just like that.
Yep.
Holy crap.
I told you I have plans. I'm out of magic.
Magic. Hey, you did plenty with that magic. You're feeling pretty exhausted from all the strength usage, but holy smokes, you put a hurt on him, something ugly. And he actually does let out a moan of pain on that.
And I will chuckle at him.
That, let's see here. Obviously, now that it's his turn to attack, that will enrage him to swing at you.
Oh, thank God.
I have 16 altogether. It's a good swing. He's pretty pissed. It's a full-on strike.
+7 with
He
my
is
stakes.
no longer interested in lazy half-ass strikes. He is
17.
angry.
What did he get?
I had 16 altogether,
Yep.
so nice work. That would have hurt. That brings it to action 5. Let's see here.
Called aimed shot was 3, so that was my 5th.
Is it?
Action 5.
All right.
I didn't know that.
Since we're doing so good, I'm going to
Good.
take a swing at him again. 13.
My crappy 20-sided is holding true tonight. I only made it about halfway. It's yours.
3 to his SDC.
This is starting to turn into a night of bullying.
Better throw in extra monsters to make up for our good fortune.
14 to his hit points.
Don't do that. Dr. Baldwin's no good up close. Well, not defensively. I think I've got quite a knife skill, but I don't know if I've ever actually used it.
I know you have, way back in at least in the early days, I remember you making use of one.
Maybe once or twice.
I'm sure. I know you have. The circumstances. It was a creature. It was like a gorgon or something that was turning people to stone. I remember you. Your gun was not really doing its thing, and you went to knives, going for the big eye on it or something. I remember you going at it with a knife, and I remember you being successful with it. But the rest of the details are lost. But I know you've used it. Christ. Action 5 over here. We have Peter, who is successfully hitting it, just not doing the damage he's looking for.
There's a 9.
9 plus what?
That's 9.
Oh, just all together, no bonus.
9.
No.
Being as you have no bonus, unfortunately, it's not
Well,
enough to get over the
Plus
armor
1
rating.
is my bonus, but
Oh, well, there you go.
so an
That's-
8 plus 1.
Oh, you know what? Its armor rating is actually 10. You need to do 11 or more to damage it.
There we go.
Action 5, Zia.
Shit. I wanted to do something that takes 3 actions, but obviously I can't. So, since I have my stakes out, I'll just try and stab it with that.
They're good as any. You can. Do you have paired weapons as an ability? I think you do.
Yes.
Then you can stab with both.
Stab them both. Is that still just the plus to strike?
Yeah, it's still your strike.
Just roll 1 dice or 2?
21.
Yeah, you roll 2 dice. So 21 for we'll make 21 your right hand. What's the left got?
Ugh. 10.
Ugh.
Yuck. 10.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say the 10 does not get past its armor rating, but the 21 might. He'll try to parry that. Not with a 21, respectable, but not close enough. You got him. That's a 1d6 plus your PS.
Re-rolling a 2. For a 6. 21.
Holy crap! It is letting out a severe scream of pain at this point.
I think I just found the Russian laugh.
Next round, what's going on? It's got like 27 attacks, I thought.
It does.
Have
But,
27 attacks.
Question: does my paired weapons count as 1 action or 2?
They
One.
count as one action, and
Yeah, you should always be dual wielding with that
Hell
shit.
yeah, I didn't know that.
you can you'll have to roll a die
She
for
can
each
punch twice, can't she? Can she punch twice with paired weapons?
one.
Does she need... We'll throw some brass knuckles
Here's
on
my
there.
weapons.
It's generally the general way they treat that.
I don't remember how that works.
Depending who you talk to, and I personally don't have a problem with somebody doing like a 2-fisted strike thing, whether you have brass knuckles or not. Because if you have, you can treat it as like a 1-2 punch. Some GMs frown on it. I don't see a problem with it, whether you have brass knuckles or not. But that being said, you are not able to get power strikes with those per se, so it's not like you can do 2 haymakers, obviously.
Yes, but it would be helpful. Can I
But
have...
when you do the damage you do, yeah, you don't really have to do power haymaker, single strikes.
Yes, true.
So yeah, absolutely. If you have, because generally you can't have paired weapons. I think you have to have at least basic hand-to-hand to even be able to possess that. So there's no reason I would see that you can't do a 1-2 punch with it.
I think I did take boxing or something.
And there you go, even more so.
Yep.
The creature has hit a threshold in points where I'm had to make a percentage roll for it. This creature has lost its nerve after the last couple of stabs upon it, and it is with a painful moan or screech of pain. The creature looks like it's starting to turn around to flee.
Shoot it! Do not let it go!
Mike, I have a question.
Shoot it,
just so
pig!
everybody gets the right thing in his head. Where is it going to flee?
That's
To the back of the room?
I'd say as strong as it is, however the hell it got in here is did it come in through this hole or did it create it the first time? But since you had asked, I'm going to go ahead and let you make the perception roll for that, Baldwin. Since everyone's turning their lights and such at attention of this thing and the room it's in.
14.
14, there is a large hole in the roof, which explains why that side of the building has so much water damage coming down all the walls on the floors below. That's called foreshadowing, all you GMs out there. There's a reason I always mention water damage on that side of the building, and now we all know. It looks like that hole is more than large enough for it to jump through if it wanted to, or climb out, or what have you.
Shoot it, Pete! Shoot it!
So, who here has 6 actions? Anyone?
Nope.
Me!
Zia got
Yes.
the 6 action.
It turns tail to start running, but it sounds like Zia's having none of that.
Where are
Can
you
like,
going, you
Call
piece of
shots
shit?
for its Achilles heel, so you go through its heels into the floor.
I was just gonna double
She's
stab
not
it
Wolverine, what the hell?
with the stakes.
Maybe if they were metal stakes.
16 plus 6
see,
and 15 plus
If
6.
she does too much damage, those things will break. So.
22 and 21.
Holy crap. Well, it only has, basically, it's turning tail and running as its dodge attempts, so which is not very well. And it is not making either one of those.
Rerolling a 1. Got a 15 plus 4 is 19 for one.
Holy crap.
And 21 for the other.
21.
You do not run from me, you coward!
21 and 19, I heard?
Yep.
Holy.
Yeah, you really licked its ass, Zia! Yeah! You matched his meat!
I tenderize for marinate later.
Stabbing it in with both of your stabbing it with both of you which Monopoly rules, but as I thought about or as I'm thinking about it, I probably should have had those destroyed last turn, but this time they will. But that's okay, because as you have shattered the remains of your wooden spikes. Oh yeah, it's not, I'm just stating,
I would have had to pull more out.
keeping it keeping it real as we go. It took destroying both of the wooden stakes that you're holding as you stab them into its hide, into its slimy, nasty hide. The creature lets out a wail of pain, but its legs give out from underneath it, and eventually both of its front arms do as well. It starts letting out what sounds, well, I can say, Cash, you happen to recognize immediately when either a person or a particular creature types are having death rattles.
Or a mating call.
Yeah.
You are hearing this thing letting out. You recognize it instantly that it is a death rattle. The creature is dying in front of you. And for a moment later, the breathing stops.
I'm gonna start doing my dance.
Nope.
Yeah.
While it dies,
Yeah.
Zia's gonna stand in front of it gladiator style. Are you not entertained?
Yeah. Bye-bye. Devil serpent tongue. Bye-bye.
It immediately starts discorporating into heaps of insects, small lizards, and amphibians that turn into hundreds of that kind of skitter off in various directions into the dark. But even then, those creatures start fading away as if they don't exist within seconds following that. Cass, your for the briefest of moments, your times 4. Well, for the both of you, the times 4s would go away.
I got nothing.
So nothing. Well, I mean, you'll still feel the exhaustion. Even exhausted, you can kind of still feel the adrenaline rush and the hair on your neck per se. That goes away for the briefest of moments before they rise. Before they start rising again. How this would play out for you, Cass? You would go back down to your base, depending on how much ISP you had. Is it more than your current base?
Yeah.
Then after it goes to the base, it would immediately go back to a times 4 again.
Okay.
As you start hearing what sounds like a mixture between a hiss and a roar coming from the apartment that was with the human that Mr. Man here had just shot at.
2 stakes out.
I don't think I can take much more of this, guys.
Calling before initiative. You got this. I am with you. I got your back.
All of your attention turning to the screaming and howling, there is, you see what looks to be a pair of, well, the best way of describing it, it looks like a pair of animalistic-looking human beings diving in through the broken, or shattering the boarded remains of the window of one of the windows of that apartment. One after the other, there are 1, and then 2, and then 3 of them have come in. They are charging at you, running on all 4s like an animal. Their faces actually don't even look remotely human anymore. They look almost demonic, which, Baldwin, I can point out, you have fought wild vampires in the past, so you are familiar with that, immediately that these move like wild vampires, but they did not have a demonic face to them. Something is particularly off with these vampires. They might have looked wild and savage and crazed, but they were still human faces. But none the same, what else do you need to know besides the fact they're coming right at you all?
Are wild vampires that were turned by the main one?
Do you have Lord Demon Monster over there, Zia?
Yes.
Let's say you can make a roll to see if you know that. If not, you can take turns, asking questions.
I fail at the brain stuff. I'm good at stabbing.
So honestly, you don't know. All
I failed by 40.
They're wild, savage-looking things running on all 4s.
I rolled a Lord Demon Monster roll.
And actually, now that I'm hearing this, this looks like a perfect time to. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and stop the episode short here to leave you all in a climax of wild vampires coming at the group, and we'll pick up next episode. This is Steve.
Nick.
Kirk, they're coming right for us!
Arn.
Shannon is not scared.
And see you next episode.
Bye-bye.
My mom pays for all my porn.
Guys, I got Coke Dick. That's something you don't want, either any way you think about it.
This is the perfect intro to the show.
Mouse BTS.
The title of this episode is Coke Dick.
The host of BTS. I got Coke Dick.
I got Coke Dick.
Do you have problems with Coke Dick? I don't know who the hell would sponsor that.
Dick pills.
Pepsi.
Dick pills.
The dick pills again. Always back to the dick pills.